July 9th, 1980. Okay. When did you come to Muncie?
I come to Muncie in April, May 1946.
1946. Okay. Where were you born at? Could you give me the city, the state, and the county?
Yeah, I was born in Cannon, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay, and where were you raised? The city, state, and county?
I was raised the same place.
In Kentucky, okay. How old were you when you left home, and what year did you leave?
When I come to Muncie?
When you left home as a young adult.
Well, I didn't leave home at all, because I married when I was 15 years old.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's pretty young to be married. Did you and your husband lived in Kentucky until you came here?
Mm-hmm. We both were born in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. How did you travel to Muncie?
On the train, coming in, and then we have traveled in cars going back and forth from here to my home.
Mm-hmm. When you traveled on the train, were there special cars for blacks? Or were you?
Yeah,
they were.
Uh-huh.
Before you came to Muncie, did you live anywhere else? No.
No.
Okay. After you moved here, did you have any communication with your family that you left in Kentucky?
Well, I was the last one that left there. I just had friends.
I see. Who came with you when you came to Muncie?
My husband.
Your husband. I see. Okay. Why did you come here?
Well, my son had been in service.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got out, he come back home. And he wanted us to come. He come ahead and got him a job, and he wanted us to come here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I came.
Okay. I see. About, how old are you now, Mrs. Manning?
83 years old.
83. And how old were you when you came to Muncie?
Well, I don't know. I was back. I reckon back in my late 20s or 30, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you know anyone else here besides your son when you came?
I had a brother and his wife here, and I had a sister and her husband here.
Uh-huh.
Then I had a brother here.
Uh-huh. Could you give me the names?
Well, my brother and his wife was Walter.
Okay.
Esther was his wife.
Okay.
My sister was Poet.
Okay.
And my brother was W.L.
W.L.
William Lewis was his name, but we called him W.L. all the time.
Okay. What did you expect to find when you came to Muncie?
I didn't expect to find nothing.
And what did you find? What did you find when you got here?
Oh, let's see, what did I find? We just come here on kind of, he wanted us to come. So
Mm-hmm.
his dad was disabled to work.
I see. What street did you live on when you got here?
Well, we stayed over here on First Street, but our sister told we got this home here, got this house.
Mm-hmm. So you've lived in this house since you got here?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're on Beacon Street. Okay. What was your home like then? Was it much the same as it is now? This home?
Tell me.
I beg your pardon?
What did you say?
Was this home much the same as it is now? What was it like when you got here?
Well, this house here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was much the same on the wheel. Son had this side and put on it and everything.
Mm-hmm. I see. What was the neighborhood like then, when you first came to Muncie?
Here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a nice neighborhood when I first come here. We were there, second colored family in this block when I was here.
I see. What were the neighbors like? How did they treat you?
Oh, they keep me fine. One thing about it, I've got good neighbors.
Mm-hmm. They were pretty nice. You didn't experience too much prejudice as a result of being the second black family in the neighborhood? No? Okay. You haven't moved at all since you came here, right? Since you moved into this house on Beacon Street? Okay. What type of neighborhoods have you lived in? Just this neighborhood? Okay. What other neighborhoods did blacks live in, and what were they like when you first got here?
What other neighborhood to live in?
Blacks in general live in, and what were they like?
Oh, very nice neighbor.
Mm-hmm. And their neighborhoods? They were pretty nice neighborhoods.
Yeah, this neighborhood had been nice and a quiet neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. What kind of jobs do people like yourself and your neighbors hold then?
You said what kind of job?
Mm-hmm. Jobs, yes.
I don't know.
Okay, that's bad. Did you do any type of work when you got here?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't do nothing but iron from a neighbor's house. There was some working, and I go to iron. I come here. I had done so much work at home. I was just done work out.
What type of work did you do in Kentucky?
Just washing and ironing.
Domestic type work. Did most blacks hold similar types of jobs?
At where I come?
No, here in Muncie.
Did they what?
Hold similar jobs? Did they do domestic work mostly too?
I guess so. I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. So this work, the work that you did in Muncie, was just about the same as the work you did when you got here, when you left Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel about doing that type of work?
Washing and ironing?
Mm-hmm.
Felt okay because I raised up that way.
I see, okay. Were there any other types of jobs that blacks could get? No? Okay.
I had a job up at the church secretary for 23 years.
Mm-hmm. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
About the church work?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so, because that's one thing I never did do. Tell nothing about the church.
Okay, okay. Was your income enough to allow you to do the types of things that you wanted for yourself?
Yeah, my husband and my son,
Mm-hmm. What type of work did your son do?
Well, when he come in, he worked at the Malibu
Uh-huh.
till his went down. And then he got a job at Delco Ring.
Mm-hmm.
My husband, he was a janitor at Star.
I see. Okay. What was the biggest problem you faced when you came to Muncie?
Biggest problem?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have no problem as I know anything about it.
Okay. Did you join any groups or organizations when you got here? Did you find any social clubs to join?
Nothing on the church.
Just the church. Mm-hmm. What types of groups or persons do you remember as being most helpful to other blacks in Muncie?
I don't know.
Okay. During the Depression, you lived in Kentucky, right? What was your family life like during that time?
Well, during that time, we made it all right because everybody there raised their own food and everything.
Mm-hmm. How did the Depression change the black community as you remember it?
I did change. I never did see no change in it. All the same thing all the time.
I see. Okay. Do you have any particular memorable experiences from the Depression? No. Do you know if the Depression affected educational opportunities for blacks?
Some said it did. I don't know whether it did or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about your children? Did it influence their being able to go to school?
Yeah, my kids went to school. At my home, they went to school all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How did coming to Muncie influence educational opportunities for your family, maybe for grandchildren?
I don't have any grandchildren.
Don't have any? Okay, I see.
And my son was grown. My daughter, she died here in 38.
I see. What were your sons and daughters' names, if you don't mind giving me?
Alma, L.
Okay. And your son?
Walter, Dan.
Did your children complete high school?
Yeah.
Yeah? And yourself, how far did you go in school?
I got to the 9th grade.
To the 9th grade. And your husband?
Oh, I don't know, because he was so much older than I was. So.
I see. Okay.
I think from what he said, he didn't get very far at all.
I see. How could you describe relationships among blacks when you came to Muncie?
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because at home we were raised up, we always would speak to anybody, have people speaking to you. I come here to Muncie, they'll walk over you and wouldn't open your mouth. And if you speak to them, they still wouldn't say nothing. But I wasn't used to that kind of stuff.
I see. Mm-hmm.
And not much better now.
You would think it was the same now. Okay. Do you remember any particular experiences involving white people that stood out in your mind? No? So you would say that you didn't really feel any effects of discrimination or racism? No? Okay. What are the most important things that blacks as a group have done since you came to Muncie? I
don't know, because I never did church work, and church is all I did when I come here. So other things right away I didn't have nothing to do with.
Okay, so do you know of any particular leaders in the black community?
No, I don't.
No? I see. Is there anything else you would like to tell me about Muncie?
No, there ain't nothing.
No? Okay, it's fine with me. Do you have any old papers or pictures or anything that you would like to share with the project?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay, believe it or not, we're